Hey everyone, it's your friend Markus, the man from Mars, and I'm waiting for these pesky GO train doors to open. In today's video, and let's call it a special edition, I'm going to be chatting with the Weber brothers about their new recording setup that we put together. Don't worry, it's much more fun than technical, and I just wanted to share this conversation, and I had a great time with Sam and Ryan getting this video put together to share with you all. And thanks again, guys, for making yourselves available for this. I'm Markus, the man from Mars. Thanks so much for your comments, likes, and shares. And please subscribe if you haven't. I'd love it if you did. And after all, I couldn't and I wouldn't do this without you. And I hope you enjoy this fun conversation. Hey there, it's Markus, the man from Mars, and I'm here tonight with the Weber brothers on the other iPhone.
Evening. This one.
Yeah,
You're on this one?
Yeah, I'm on that one. Who's
nice
in first?
Setup.
Who's in second? Yeah, it's pretty slick.
I thought we were getting two angles, but no. That's okay.
They're both on me, actually. You guys aren't even in this.
That's fine. Actually, I did think that.
Then you're a mind reader. So we've been having a lot of fun the last couple of weeks, at least fun for me, because my recording setup didn't get fried. So guys, what happened?
Our recording system did get fried.
Whose fault?
I wouldn't say it was me.
No, it wasn't. It's just like years of...
It was a little old, and we had done many projects on that rig.
Right. I mean, yeah, because recording rigs don't get vintage; they just get old.
Yeah, and it had gotten to that point where you couldn't update your system anymore.
Yeah.
We really worked it.
And then the audio interface was getting like weird noises, dropouts, and other kind of stuff happening, right?
Yeah, like Rice Krispie sound, but then like a gallon of milk on a small bowl of Rice Krispies.
I think it means we're all a little bit past dinner time, and the bowl of Rice Krispies would sound pretty good.
Would be great.
So yeah, kicking the camera is awesome too. So what do we do? What's happening? How are you guys feeling about the new setup that we put together? And would you just chat about it for a second?
The new setup is great. Like, I came in here and worked with you for a couple hours when you were just trying to figure it out. And
we tried to save the old setup, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it just wasn't happening anymore. And then trying to get a new interface for the old computer just wasn't really going to happen either.
no, it just wouldn't have been compatible at all. And I remember you saying that evening, I was like, you might get a few more projects out of this computer, but there is a D-Day built in. So then we started thinking like, okay, it's probably time to upgrade to something. And you know, took the reins of that.
Well, thank you. So the computer, so the funny thing is we were just tweaking some of the software tonight because the audio interface you guys got came with actually, frankly, so much software that it almost got to be not fun installing it. The bundle,
that's for sure.
It wasn't
crazy.
fun at all. I mean, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
As soon as you have all these things at your disposal, it's like Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what do we need? What do we need? It's like, let's just get it all and then
right.
deal with it later.
Yeah, like compressors, drum sounds, keys. So the audio interface, what was the audio interface we ended up settling on?
It was the Focusrite.
You got to really smile when you say it now. Like this
Focusrite. Third gen. What was that? 1820.
Yeah, Scarlett 18920. That's quite a mouthful,
18920.
right? It's like you got to take a deep breath. So the Focusrite Scarlett 18920.
18i20.
Yeah. Well, these days you got to have the I, so then it sounds important.
Yeah.
It's a beauty. It really is. Like we've already done a few songs on it.
Awesome. How do you like the air feature on the preamp? I know we checked that out when we played with it the first time.
It seems subtle, but it's huge. I mean, it is subtle, but it's huge. Like what I've noticed so far, even is like if you hit a mic really hard, on the old one, the old interface we were using, it could kind of, if you hit it really hard, it get up to that peak where it starts getting like sharp or something.
Yep.
I don't know, that air seems to, when you hit it really hard, it's still smooth at the top,
Yeah,
a
well,
lot like me.
yeah. Well, you guys have been in a lot of studios over the years, right? So you know what kind of sound you're expecting when you're plugged into a console and you get the headphones on, right?
Yeah. And just the air feature, when I was thinking about that, it's like I like to be able to hear that a machine is running. Something like that is just like gives you atmosphere and just makes it feel a little more authentic. So I like it
Yeah.
a lot.
Sweet. Well, awesome. And what's the computer we went with? I think this is going to be kind of the funny punchline, because the interface is a good size.
It's right here. This one.
This little guy.
Yeah, this is it. So that's one of the new M1 Mac Minis, and I always feel nervous in recommending these because, I mean, I know they work and they do the job, but sometimes people who are used to being in studios, I'm sure you guys have been in places where they have like the big Mac tower.
Yeah.
You don't even have to have a security feature on it, because who's going to pick it up and run? If a person's big enough to pick it up and run, let them take it.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
They find a way.
Yeah. So this here, I mean, it's this incredible computer, and it's so much smaller than the one that you had, even though that old iMac was a pretty slim machine at its time,
bulky.
right?
Yeah.
How do you find the noise level of that computer?
Whisper quiet.
Yeah, right. It's just like
Thus far, it's like, just fire it up and it's on.
Yeah. It's like getting into a brand new car after having an old beater for a while. You still love the old one, but everything's easier. It's just enough power and everything. You just things you need if you want to keep up any kind of workflow.
It's kind of like getting into one of those cars that doesn't make a sound when you turn it on, like the newer ones.
Yeah.
Not a gas run. Yeah.
Yeah, totally right. Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure your old one, when you push the sessions, that fan would probably come on, right, at some points, like that little vacuum cleaner.
Lots.
When it was still working.
When it was
The fan that is. So then we got a little USB plug-in to cool the system.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
It gave us a lot of good years.
but that's called the real world of musicians, right? You can't be buying a new computer every couple of years. It's like you just got to get as much life out of each one as you possibly can.
Oh,
Big time.
And that one was great, and so was the interface that we had. They were great, but we worked them hard. But you do notice a difference, like firing this up and being on the Focusrite. Like you're at a new level
Well,
with
sweet.
both of those.
Well, I'm
You
glad.
really know that.
I'm really glad to hear that. Now, I do want to put one other quick thing out there. So, you guys have been doing music on a professional level for how long?
20 years plus. A little bit over that. Yeah, we
life
came
sentence.
to town 21 years ago for the first time.
So we've probably been doing it for 10 years before that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Just back when we were just young kids, really
So
still
20
in
plus
school.
10, like that's damn near 40 years.
Yeah, it's about the amount of money you get paid doing a gig these days.
That's
When there is a gig.
When there is a gig. Awesome. Well, I want to check one other thing just for the people who are listening still and who are just getting started. So you guys are pros, have done this for a long time, played live, recorded, worked with lots of artists. So you must only be using like the most complicated professional software, right? Because that's what professional musicians do.
Of course.
Of course, right?
Most complicated and the best.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys are running Logic for a lot of your recording on the Mac.
we're running Logic Pro
Mhm.
X.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Logic Pro
That's
X.
right. I'm always confused. Is it X or 10? It's always
Yeah.
like, which one is it?
Yeah.
And right, and guys, at your caliber, you'd never use GarageBand.
Always used it. Like just for the previous couple sessions, just for functionality.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's one that is so easy to use and just, user friendly. And that
quick.
one really translates over to Logic quite well.
Yeah, I love that. Well, guys, I'm so thankful you guys sharing that, because that's one of the things I'm always trying to get across to people is that it doesn't have to be this complicated, overpowered kind of thing. If the music's there, use the simplest tool that'll allow you to get it captured at that moment.
Yeah, it's still about performance. It's still about the performance, number one.
Absolutely,
If
right?
performance isn't there, it doesn't matter what plugins you got. You know what I mean?
And that's why people want to listen to the Weber brothers and not the man from Mars when he's playing, because the performance.
Although,
Isn't there?
nowadays though, maybe you can just fix it all in post.
I'm still working on that, and that's why I have to use the complicated software.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in to chat about this. The Focusrite interface. Thank you, the Mac, and giving us a bit of a chance to also, get the reality of the process. That, it's about inspiration, capturing that moment, performance, and getting a great sound. And the headphones really helps, but doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah, just create. Find a way to create and don't overcomplicate that.
And merry recording to all, and to all, Focusrite.
And cut. Thank you. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
man.
Awesome.